Hello, everybody. This is Kyrix with another edition of This Week in Kyrix. Today is Wednesday, February 4th of 2015. And this will be the final episode that I record in this place. This place, of course, being my current dwelling. Which is, I'm going to be saying goodbye to it in 2 days. If all goes well. There's literally just one little hiccup that needs to be dealt with, and once it's dealt with, we're golden. We're good. We're done. And I hate to say it, but I really will be glad to see this place in the rearview mirror, you know? I mean, just the manager alone is enough to take any joy out of this place. But there's almost no one here my own age. I have one friend here in the park who's actually close to my age. And aside from going to wrestling pay-per-views, we don't really hang out, you know? Because he has issues. I think he has Down syndrome, actually. Nothing against the guy, but he just does not work with the kind of games I usually do, you know? I mean, he's a very good friend of mine. But there are just some concepts that are completely incompatible with the way his brain works. Like, I cannot convince him that Undertaker and Kane are not brothers. And one of the things we do when we're just teasing him, playfully, is we refer to Brock Lesnar as White Lashley and Bobby Lashley as Black Lesnar, and he hits the fucking roof at this because, well, we haven't figured out why, but it enrages him to the point where he has literally started to leave the pay-per-view because we were saying it. And his other friend teases him about it as well, to the point where he'll leave, and I'm the one who has to tell him, okay, we're done now. We're done, drop it. You know, but I'll still see him, because I'm close enough that I can still make it to the Wing House for the pay-per-views. So we can still hang out at the pay-per-views like we always did. I just won't be on hand as easily when he needs tech support, which is the other reason I usually go over there. And it's not that I don't like the guy, because I do. He's a friend of mine, you know? I don't call people my friends when they aren't, and he is. It's just we don't have a lot of the same interests, so it's not the same as when I hang out with Anubis or Skinner or Reaper or any of my other friends who are also on the Let's Play channel with me. You know? And we have that neighbor whose husband just died. And I will miss her, but it's not like we hang out either. And there's another neighbor who is my literal next door neighbor. She's on... The way I'm sitting on the bed, she's actually facing out that window of my room. If I were to go flying through my window for action movie reasons, I'd be right on her backyard or her side yard, you know? God, the Nether's creepy on Peaceful. I love it. But, so there really aren't many people here I'm gonna miss, you know? And the location was good back when we had the plaza that we had, which is now pretty much torn down. The only thing left there is a dollar store. And I'm sorry, I can find dollar stores everywhere, you know? Matter of fact, I'm reasonably sure there's at least one near where I'm moving to. So that's not enough of a reason to keep me here. The movie theater is gone. The ice cream shop that was near the movie theater is gone. Cece's Pizza is gone. The GameStop is gone. The Walmart is still there, but I'm moving next door to, well, not next door, but near a neighborhood market, which is Super Walmart for food, as I understand it, basically. So I'm still going to have access to food, you know. And there's a McDonald's and a Walgreens here, but there's a closer McDonald's and a closer Walgreens where we're moving. There's a Circle K here, but there's also one where we're moving, and I don't have to go out the back gate for it, because there is no back frickin' gate. So, the only thing I'm really missing out on is the gaming store where I play, And I won't get as many free rides to HeroClix because I won't be in that area anymore. It'll be harder to pick me up. And in this new place, we'll have a pool that I don't need to take a buddy to. Because since this is a 55 and up park, there's the buddy system in operation, where just in case one of the residents has a heart attack, they won't drown because their buddy's there to get them out of the pool. You know? I imagine that's what it's for, and in the context of the park, it makes sense. What doesn't make sense is that me, in my early 30s... So that's the problem, is I keep thinking, because of just my general outlook, I have to remind myself I'm actually in my 30s, because I still think of myself as being in my mid-20s. You know, if you were to say age is how you feel, I'm probably 22 instead of 32. I feel very youthful compared to my real age. And hell, just reminding myself that I'm 32 and not 31 is a thing now, because I've aged a year. You know? That happened last month. Well, 2 months ago now that it's February. So yeah, this place was good to me, but given the fact that this whole house is literally falling apart, we've lost so many features in this house. There are holes in the floor. The sink is now disconnected. My sink is now a gray pot that sits under the pipe that I have to empty every now and then when it gets full. That's my sink now. I mean, I still have the sink basin, but it doesn't drain because the pipes are so clogged up. And they're glued in so tight that my uncle couldn't even remove them. And it's not worth it to call a plumber when we're not going to be here by the end of the week, you know? The dishwasher is now broken. We have to drain it manually if we use it. I've stated that my tub is no longer connected to the plumbing. Just leaks directly out of the house. My mother's shower has no water pressure, and because it hasn't been used in so long, it's horrifying. The heater hasn't worked since 2013. No, I'm sorry, 2012. It hasn't worked since 2012, I think. No, I was right, 2013. So yeah, I haven't had a heater in 2 fucking years. I mean, just everything's going wrong. And if we were at an apartment, none of this would have gone wrong, because when the tub broke and started leaking underneath us, if we didn't call the management, our downstairs neighbors sure as hell would have. You know? And that problem would have been fixed. If our sink was that broken, we could call the management, get maintenance out there. If our heater breaks, we can call management, etc. You're starting to see a pattern here. And again, if our floor started to give out, then if we didn't call management, the downstairs neighbor would have, hey, management, the ceiling upstairs is starting to collapse and we're a bit concerned. Please get maintenance out here to fix it. And these are the joys of living in an apartment complex. And my friend's like, well, I can't understand why you're trying to move into an apartment. Most people are trying to leave one. I'm like, maintenance. That's all. Just, you'd be surprised what a difference maintenance makes when everything is your problem and everything fails all at once. So my friend kept trying to ask me, this is the HeroClix judge again, kept asking me, why are you leaving? And I'm like, you know all the reasons I'm leaving, or at least you know some of them. Because that's one of my flaws, is I don't show my work. That's how I choose to describe it. What I mean by show my work is I do not feel the need to take you on every step of my decision-making process when I can just as easily tell you what the decision is, and you can pick up on the rest, you know? Like, literally any one of my friends who was around me would know why I'm moving. Because, for one thing, I'm not happy here. That alone is all the reason I need to move. But for some reason, he felt the need, like, well, why are you moving? Why are you moving? I'm like, pick a reason. I have 30 of them. If you don't like that reason, I'll give you another. You know? There was the eviction thing. There was the fact that Mom told me she wanted me to move so that she could go into a nursing home and she wouldn't have to worry about me trying to hold this place myself. There's the fact that I really want to move, and I'm excited about this new place. There's the fact that this is my first place in my name. This is my place. This is my place with Mom living with me, not me living in Mom's place, you know? And that's a big step. And realistically, it's a step that should have happened in my case a long time ago. But, you know what? It's a big step, and I'm taking it now. And to be fair, from what I've seen with studies, due to the whole economy thing, lots of people have been staying home forever because they just can't afford to get a place. And as it is, I'm still taking Mom with me, you know? It's just, instead of me living under her roof, now she's living under mine. But, yeah, like I said, there's so much going on. Oh, tournament news! Not HeroClix this time, although I did have one. Well, no, I told you about the HeroClix tournament. I did not go to the tournament today because I had packing and shit to do, though I did treat myself to KFC today. Because I figured, you know what, it's been a rough week, it's about to get very expensive, and I've only got so much just leisure money, so I'm going to blow some of it on a chicken buffet. And I did. I rode up there, had a buttload of chicken and like 6 biscuits with honey sauce on them, and then I came home and went to sleep for like 4 hours. Well, closer to 3. So, that was my day. But, I did a Star Trek Attack Wings tournament, and I came in dead last. To be fair, it was my first tournament. It was my first real game that wasn't some kind of demo for me or for someone else. And it was the first game I ever played where each person had more than one ship. And it was a scenario to make things even more complicated. Plus, since I'm new to the game, I don't know what's good, you know? I mean, I can take a guess from the show, like, oh, the Scimitar, that's a good ship for the Romulans. That was their flagship in Nemesis, you know, or, oh, wow, I really like the Defiant. But that's about as far as I can get on those things. And while I wouldn't say the Defiant is a bad ship, it's not as good as the show would lead you to believe, because it's actually very fragile. You know, for a fucking warship. And, the good news is, unlike with HeroClix, this is not an expensive game. This is not a rich man's game kind of thing. Because I've heard that complaint, and to an extent it's true. If you get into HeroClix, and I've been at it for years, and I have more money than you do, odds are very good that I'm going to have better figures than you do as well. There we go. Whereas with this, because everything's nice and cheap, there's really nothing stopping me from, quote-unquote, breaking into the game, you know? The only thing stopping me is the availability of the ships themselves, which is literally a trip to Amazon or eBay, and I have them, you know? There are at least 2 stores that I go to in this area that sell them, and there's a third store that I don't go to for reasons that also sells them. So it's not like you can't get the ships and get them for literally the same price everywhere, if not cheaper at some stores, you know? So, I mean, if you have the knowledge, if you have a friend who tells you, okay, this is a good ship, this is a good ship, this is a good ship, for a reasonable price, you can break into the game with good ships. You just need to learn how to use them after that. And things are about to get easier on me, because I am looking very soon to get the two most expensive things in the game, the Borg Cube, the oversized Borg Cube as it's called, and Deep Space Nine, for about almost $50 cheaper than they would normally be. I have access to them at a store, the store I did the tournament at, for $100 a piece. I can get them delivered to me from online for $156, I believe, is what it was. So that's what I intend to do. And once those are out of the way, everything else is anywhere from $25 or $16 to $25, depending on what ship it is and where I buy it. And some of the ships, like Voyager, for example, I can get for like $9. So once I get those two biggies out of the way, it's chump change from then on out, you know? And now that I'm in the game, apparently next month the next wave is coming out, which has the Prometheus and a couple other ships. So if I just buy those, I can just keep up with everything new that comes out, because they come out with like 5 or 6 ships every now and then with each wave, I think. I'm assuming on that one. And I basically need to keep up with the other ones and then get the new ones. There are, by the way, 10 blind boosters. I looked. There were 5 from the Collective, which is the tournament I just did. And there are 5 from Resistance Feudal, which is the one I'm going to be doing later this month, at the end of the month. And I'm actually on the fast track to get all of the ones from Resistance is Feudal. So that's 5 less ships I have to worry about. And the tournament prizes are relatively cheap, ranging anywhere from $10 to $50, depending on which one it is. You know? So that's a thing where if I decide I need Assimilation Target Prime, which is the Enterprise D from an alternate universe that is half assimilated by the Borg, then it'll cost me maybe $50 or less to get it. And while that's expensive, that's nothing compared to some hero clicks that I get. Especially if that's literally the only ship I need. And I probably will get it because the Riker that comes with it is really good. And, one second. And it's both the Federation and the Borg faction, I believe. And I don't play Borg right now, but I may someday. I mean, I'm getting the Borg Cube, I'm getting the Tactical Cube, I'm getting the Spheres, etc. Because, like I said, I'm getting that. I'm going to try and get the whole OP kit for that. And then I'm going to still enter the tournament, because I can, if I win the OP prizes, I might be able to trade those for ships I don't have, which is almost all of them right now. Or even previous OP ships. Like, hey, dude, I heard you've got Assimilation Target Prime. I'll trade my Borg Cube for it. You know, my Tactical Cube. So that's a thing. And my niece might be getting into Star Trek, as will my roommate, possibly. I haven't demoed it for him, but my niece I demoed the game for, and she's like, this game's pretty cool. I kind of like it. Time will tell how serious she is about it, but if she does get into the game, for example, I'm willing to spot her at the tournaments just to get more of the ships. Not the prizes and the participation stuff, that's hers to keep. But I basically told her if it's a double of something I have that I'm not using as a generic, like I pulled one of the Dominion attack fighters in the Collective. We are doing a couple more older Collective tournaments for those of us who didn't get in on the first time. Like me, I missed the first 2 of the 3 months. I only caught the final month. But I don't know if we're going to be doing the blind boosters. If we are, then there are 5 ships there, and I only have one of them, and that is the Dominion ship. If I were to pull one of the Federation ships, or if she pulled the Federation ship and I'm paying for it, I get to keep it. The Federation ship being the Jaeger. Now, let's say we both pull the Jaeger. One of them's mine, and I'll let her keep the other one, you know? Now, if it's the Dominion ship that I can run as a generic, then I will keep that myself, etc. But, like I was saying with the Resistance's feudal stuff, since I'll have all the ships, I can turn around and trade whatever I pull for collective ships, perhaps. You know, like, hey, you have the Jaeger, I need the Jaeger. I'm willing to give you this Ferengi Marauder for it if you have it. Or if you don't have it, you know? And that kind of thing. Plus, I really could use the practice. Although signs are showing, not showing, they're hinting that I should be doing better at this. Because this will be a straight-up match. This will be me versus an opponent rather than, you know, me and an opponent versus the Borg sphere and the Borg cube while still trying to kill each other with the said sphere and cube. Incidentally, the prize kit will come with templates for both of those. So, I don't think they're tournament legal, but they are usable in some cases, or at least some scenarios. And they are identical, for example, to the Deep Space Nine station and an oversized cube that I would own, you know? So, if I really wanted to, there's nothing stopping me from playing my oversized cube and 2 templates. As long as my opponent agrees to it, which I don't think they would. Yeah, I'd love to fight 2 giant Borg ships. Bring it! I don't see that happening. And for the record, I will not be using Deep Space Nine in the upcoming tournament because that, from what I've seen, would not benefit me. Because basically the story behind this scenario is that the Borg are tracking us, and we have 5 mission tokens per ship. I think it's per ship. And anytime we're too close to the edge of the map, we lose a tracking token. And when we're out, the Borg find us and we lose. And Deep Space Nine, I don't think it moves. I know it has no agility, but I don't think it moves either. And even if it does, I don't think it moves fast enough, you know? So odds are very good that I would get caught and lose the scenario just for playing Deep Space Nine. Now, I love old Terok Nor, but not enough to lose a tournament over it, you know? Wonder if these will grow if I leave them alone. Maybe. Maybe not. I've never seen them get higher than 3 or less than 3 on their own. But then again, sugarcane, if you leave it alone, will do the same thing. It'll grow up to 3 and then stay. Or was it 4? Looks like 3. Now let's grab one more just in case. If it turns out I don't need it, then I'll find a use for it. And I'm almost done with my dwelling. And it's only taken me, what, 4 weeks to pull this off? 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. But, yeah, I'm having fun with Star Trek. Like I said, the Prometheus comes out next month. I'm real excited about the Prometheus. For reasons that I've probably discussed. But, Star Trek Online's a thing I've been doing as well. Because I've been in such a Star Trek mode. And Attack Wings makes me want to play online. Online makes me want to play Attack Wings. They just kind of feed off each other right now. And I'll probably be watching it again soon. That's a thing I might be doing very soon. It's just firing up old episodes of Star Trek on Netflix. But me and Jay are getting closer to our planned Let's Play of Star Trek Online. It's still several months down the road, though, because I don't have a science officer yet, and I need one. So, those of you who watch this, who play science officers on Star Trek Online, we want you. We need you. We need you to come and do science for us. The only downside is you have to be willing to do all the premium ships and a premium race, and you will not be reimbursed in any way, shape, or form for this. So it's basically either got to come out of your grinding or your pocket. So, yeah. And chances are I won't be able to help you with it either. See, this is a thing where if I had people donating to my Patreon, I would use that to buy this shit, you know? And I would even put it towards other people's ships, like I'd buy Jay's ships and the science officer ships. You know, assuming it's someone that I knew. Not just, hey, I'd love to be your science officer, buy my ships, gone. No, I'm not going to do that shit. I'm down to 3 ships myself that I need. 4 if I decide to go with the Prometheus, which I probably will. The 3 ships in question are the NX class for the lieutenant slot, which is the ship from Enterprise, the show. The Saber class refit, which I forget the name of. The Akira class refit, which is called the Thunderchild. Those are the ones that I need. And if you go in monetary value, they are $5, $7.50, and $10. And then there's the Prometheus, which I think goes straight to retrofit, which is $25. And I do not need to get the Prometheus, that's the thing. Because I own the Defiant, which I will be able to access and just use. And you're probably thinking, well, Kyrix, why don't you use the Defiant? And the answer is simple, because I already am. I want to show off multiple ships. And while I'm sure I'll show off the Defiant a little bit, it's kind of stupid to watch me go from the Sao Paulo, which is the Defiant refit, straight into the Defiant retrofit, you know? Whereas if I go to the Prometheus, then you see me going from one ship to a brand new ship, which is kind of the point. Especially since any rating I would have had for the Defiant refit, I will also have for the Defiant retrofit, with the addition that, hey, this thing cloaks, it's awesome, you know? I mean, it's not a battle cloak, but you take what you can get. And there are minor, and I do mean minor, talks about eventually doing the Klingons and the Romulans as well. Now, what I wish I could do, I wish I could contact Cryptic or Perfect World or Arc or whatever the fuck they are this week, and tell them that I'm basically planning to do a giant commercial for them, which is pretty much what this is. You know? The fantasy in my head, because trust me, that's all this is that they hear that and go, oh, we would like that. You're going to do a buyer's guide for every ship in the game, and all the playable races, and all the special officers and all that, so here, let us either discount them for you, or just gift them to you. But that's not going to happen. I'm not even going to bring it up, because what's more likely is they're going to say, you can't do that, and we're shutting you down. You know? And that would just blarg. But it is a nice fantasy. And it's not completely out of the question, because what might happen is I might, I'm sorry, gonna hear the nose blow sound again. Not as bad as last week, though. That's good news. What could happen is the Federation thing could go off without a hitch and get a lot of views and inspire a lot of people to buy the premium ships, you know? And they could see that, or at least hear of it, and say, hey, this Kyrix guy mentioned something about wanting to do the Klingons and the Romulans, but he and his friend don't want to put out the money. So we're willing to make everything half off for you, or just gift you these ships if you'll do the same for the Klingons and the Romulans that you did for the Federation. Or hell, I might get dedicated viewers who say, hey, you need this, I'm willing to donate this amount to you, what's your PayPal? You know? Because I believe this is a cool idea, and while I do or don't like Star Trek myself, likewise the online game, I'm interested in you doing this for other people, so I'm willing to help. By the way, if any of you do that, you're awesome and I love you. But again, I don't see that happening either. But hey, I didn't see myself hitting 100 subscribers anytime soon either, and I did that. Matter of fact, I think I'm up to almost 125 now. So yeah, dreams can happen. Doesn't happen often, but they do happen. But yeah, for those who are curious, the whole reason for this buyer's guide idea is the idea that I had already bought a couple of the premium ships. Well, I didn't buy most of them. Most of them I earned through grinding. Admittedly, through stupid broken exploits that have since been fixed. Because there were multiple stupid ways to get retardedly high amounts of dilithium in a day. To the point where I was getting more in a day than I could refine. But I was getting like ships worth of dilithium a week. And it was looking very possible that if I continue to do this, I would get ships. Like there was this this Borg daily mission, right? And how it worked was you would select the mission and you go to the Borg PvP area, which is you got these cubes, you got these stations, etc. And Klingons and Federation can fight each other in there. And sometimes they did, but usually the Klingons didn't even show themselves because Federation players are dicks. We all spawn in the same area, and they all as one destroy every Klingon they see before they can cloak. If you're lucky, the bird of prey you're in might cloak before you're completely destroyed. But yeah, when 3 Klingons appear in the middle of 20 Federation players, it doesn't... That's not PvP. That's a fucking fish in a barrel situation. You know, so... But what I used to be able to do is you don't really have to do much in there. You have to contribute to one thing. And that thing would be like, I would go to one of the scans, right? And for a while, I didn't even have to do that. That came up later. But I would go and I would scan something, and then I would get blown up, and I would just stay blown up. And once someone beat the mission, I would get the credit for it, because you had to beat the mission 3 times. Then I would leave the mission, go back in, scan something, get blown up, and wait. And once this happened 3 times, I would get a buttload of dilithium. And then the exploit started, because this is before that was a daily. I would immediately get this mission again, and do it again, and you get the idea. I'd basically sit there and read a book, or watch TV, or do something stupid like that, while I just earned infinite dilithium. Naturally, they fixed this. And good on them for fixing it. I'm a dick for using that exploit. Not going to apologize for it, but I'm a dick. You know? I'll at least own up to the fact that I'm a rule-breaking asshole. And then, of course, there were the Foundry missions, where there were people who made, and I think there still are some, super easy Foundry missions where you literally don't have to do a thing. You just basically go in, you beat the mission, and you get free shit for it. You know? Like, there was a money one that might still exist. I'm gonna check on that. where you could just earn like 200,000 credits a day from barely doing anything. It's basically use torpedo spread, you know, because the ships don't fight back. And then they had to fight back, but they were clustered in such a way that they didn't move, and if you blew one up, the warp core breach would destroy all the others, you know? And since I play torpedo boats, you can imagine how well that went for me. But again, those are exploits that for the most part have been cracked down on, and again, good for them. It annoys me as a player, but it also fills me with hope that the people are actually caring about the game and keeping up on this shit. You know? We recently had an issue with the new anniversary thing where you have to stabilize these omega molecules, but the way it was coded in, only one person could do it at a time, but everybody could do it. So nobody was getting points on it, people were getting pissed, and there was no devs on to fix it. Well, I logged off, about 6 hours later I logged back on and the problem was fixed. That doesn't mean that it took 6 hours. I could have very well logged on 3 seconds before the person logged on to fix it. You know? It could have literally been done before I left. And I wouldn't have known, because I did some other stuff too. But getting back on topic, the idea of the premium run just came to me as something special I could do. Not just, oh, I'm Let's Playing an MMO, but I'm Let's Playing an MMO with a twist. You know? The idea of, should you use this ship, or should you just take the free one that you're given? You know? And to be perfectly honest with you, I suspect the answer is going to be, you should use that ship, because every ship comes with a console or some other special goodie. And I say every ship, this is without an exception. Every premium ship comes with a goodie that you can use on your other ships. You know? My friend Jay is going to get the Enterprise. And that's Kirk's Enterprise, the NCC 1701, no bloody A, B, C, or D, to quote Scotty. And it comes with the old school blue phasers, right? Well, those old school blue phasers level with you. They never need to be replaced. You can replace them, but you don't have to. Oh, my bats are back. Yay. Anyway, my rule is going to be, it doesn't matter if you have the ships, because I do have that Enterprise. You're not allowed to use stuff with it unless it's your class. So even if I did use phasers, I was not allowed to use the blue phasers because I'm playing a tactical officer. And that's a cruiser, and I play an escort player, you know? But Jay can buy as many Enterprises as he wants, because you can buy it, strip it, and then scrap it, and then buy it again. And when I say buy, I mean just requisition it. Once you buy it once, you never need to buy it again for that character, for that account. Not even that character. I have the Enterprise, and I can make 27 new characters, assuming I can make that many characters. And every single one of them will have access to that ship. You know what I mean? So... Hooray! Dwelling. But, like I said, let's use the Sao Paulo, the Defiant, right? Even if you don't like the Sao Paulo, and there's no reason not to, because it really is better. It's got slightly more hull or shields or something. But even if I thought the Sao Paulo itself was not a big enough improvement over the Defiant, there's the fact that it comes with the quad phasers. The only quad phasers in the game. And the fact that I can use those on any ship that can mount cannons. Period. And I can take multiples of those out and use it on every ship I own. But I can only mount one per ship, and that makes me upset. The Sao Paulo will actually lose points because of that. Because believe me, if I could mount quad phasers more than once, every ship I had would have a full spread of quad phaser cannons. Because why would you buy anything else? Why would you make anything else? Answer, you wouldn't, because you're not an idiot. Time to relocate, la 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 la. This looks like a great place for it. Perfect. Now, anyone who's seen my LPs before, or at least seen This Week in Kyrix before, knows that I smelt things in bulk, because I do. So I need the old wall o' furnace, which is what I'm building right here. And the best part, there's no bullshit creepers in this game that are going to break it. So that's the furnace wall. Then I go upstairs and I drop the sand. And now my Oasis is perfect. Now, while I'm at it, let's check on that dirt. Do I have dirt yet? Is it dirt? Is it dirt yet? Oh, it's still dirt. I needed it to be grass. I don't know why I'm saying is it dirt yet, because it's already dirt. It just needs to be grass. Let's go another layer worth. Oh, what did I find? And nothing particularly special, but we'll run with it anyway. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's go one more layer, just to be safe side and such. You know how it is. Oh, I found some coal! Woohoo, coal! Kyrix likes coal. Coal makes torches. Coal makes lots of things. Anyway, in my spare time, thanks partly to the Runaway guys, including her on another thing, I have been watching Lucajin's old LPs. Again. Right now I'm watching her Paper Mario LP, and it's making me consider, because I've been easing up a little bit on the Mario boycott. Like I said, during New Year's I actually played Mario Kart. So I'm not as extreme as I once was on it. And I'm actually considering an LP of Paper Mario, because I've never played it. And she's doing things that even I, as someone who's never played it, is like, I wouldn't have done it that way. So I want to see how I would have done it. Oh, grass is happening! Yay! Gotta fit. Anyway, this will eventually connect to a thing down there. Though for now, let's enjoy my beautiful Oasis. My glass-bottomed Oasis. So pretty. And the perfect depth, too. For those who haven't been watching this from the beginning, the glass is where the sand was. This was the depth of this place. This is the perfect depth for this place. Okay, now we're gonna get rid of this. Oops, no. And then we're gonna make some torches. We're gonna use these torches to light up my world! Because it's dark as shit down here. Oh, looks like I missed a spot there. No, I want that one in the middle, actually. Now, just because creepers and monsters won't spawn here doesn't mean I want it to be dark. Perfect. Well, perfect enough anyway. So I missed a spot over here, it seems. And there it is, right there. The rest of it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. There's one more major thing to do. And then that's done. And that is to set up some places. This'll do. And everything will go in here for now. Actually, almost everything. I need my axe. You know what? I need all my tools, actually. Yeah, I know. Every Minecraft player, to an extent, is anal about where their tools go. I am no exception to this. So yeah, it's been a hell of a week. And I've been chattering Star Trek. This is a far sight from last week where I had nothing to freaking talk about. My fucking inventory explodes over here. That was actually kind of fun to watch, to be honest. And then I go up there and I pick up the rest of it. And then I place these somewhere, too. And there, I'm pretty much done with this area. There we go. And this will actually go right here. Now, what of this do I need? Let's take this. And, this will do as well. Quartz, coal, flint, sure. These, sure. Glowstone, no. Sugarcane, no. Mushroom, no. No dust. Take this, because it'll come in handy later. Iron ore, I can smelt the shit out of that. Enchanting book. Enchantment! Ooh, gonna need the map. The lapis can stay, the gold ore can come out. Yeah, the rest of that's good for now. Okay. And I will shears. I will definitely shears. Because that's the thing I'm going to need to do. I'm going to need to make a bed. This is going to be home. I need a bed. I believe there were sheep over here. There's everything else over here, so why not sheep, right? Why not sheep today? Oh, another place green. Okay, them's a piggy. Chickens is. Oh, there's some wool. Not as much as I would like, though. Is that another chicken? No, that's more wool. Hell, I might not need to do anything. Here's wool everywhere. Thank you, little wolf. Thank you for killing me some wool and making me waste metal. Another wolf? Another wolf. Well, I know there are sheep in the area. Oh, there's my wool. Well, that was a waste. Didn't even need the shears. Huh, oh well. Now, like the song says, I need 3 wool and 3 wooden planks. Which seem to be in my lockbox. So let's go get them. That's dirt, but I'll go with it anyway. Let's just experiment with shit for a minute here. Food, no. Armor, no. Mechanisms. Weighted pressure plate. That's new. What's this do? Interesting. It's a dropper. A daylight sensor, huh? Interesting. Wonder what a nether star is. An activator. Really, that's interesting. Interesting stuff. Checking out, naturally, all the new stuff. Ooh, I can color clay. Of course, first I need the clay, don't I? Those are dyes. Carpet, which I've established don't really work well with my designs. Jukebox needs a diamond. Paper, paintings, item frames, signs. Oh, I can make redstone blocks? Well, none of those are going to happen because I can't get creepers. Well, shit. These things take up way too much space for as much as I use them. That's a thing? Interesting. And I can do the same thing with coal? I heartily approve. I approve the shit out of that. Especially if I can turn around and use the block on other stuff. What is it, 9 pieces? Only problem is one of those pieces would go to waste, but comparatively that's not that bad. Too bad I can't do that with charcoal. And the reason I'm going through this is because they've added stuff since I last played, because they update it, you know. Oh, I can make nether brick. Snow, snow carpeting, clay, bricks, block support, sandstone, smooth sandstone, smooth sandstone. Yeah. You know what? Just in case some weird shit happens. Let me place that bed and rest in it right now. We're gonna pop this right here. Actually, I think the ceiling might be a little too low for this. Nope, where's my bed? Okay, there's my bed. Guess they fixed that then. Yep, I've got some iron already. Okay, cool. I'm good to go. Don't quite know where I'm going, but I'm going there. Let's go on a map-making adventure. That sounds fun. Maybe I'll find a village. Maybe I'll find a natural cave that I can connect to my Oasis home. Maybe I'll find some really neat stuff. Let me jump! Kyrix want jump. There we go. Can find some Ossa kitties. Kyrix does love his Ossa kitties, that's for sure. I have no reason for calling ocelots ossakitties. It's just a thing I do. I think there is something called the ossacat, or maybe I'm thinking of the savannah. But, yeah. Alright, we're getting close, if we're not already there. Yep, that would be the timer right there. Oh, this has been fun. I finally finished the dwelling, and I didn't run out of shit to talk about. Ooh, horse. Horse, 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 horse. Okay, so I'm going to get up top here. Survey my territory. It's a pretty horse. One day I will own you or something like you. As soon as I figure out how. Anyway, I'm Kyrix, and this has been This Week in Kyrix, and I'll see you next week from my new home. Bye-bye.